Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most profound and inevitable experiences of life. Why do we die? And what exactly happens during those final moments? These are questions that have intrigued humanity for centuries. So let's break it down. Let's start with the big question: why do we die? On a biological level, death is a result of the gradual breakdown of our bodies over time. Cells in our body have a limited capacity to divide and repair themselves. This is known as the Hayflick limit. Most human cells can only divide about 40 to 60 times before they stop replicating. As cells reach their division limit, they enter a state called senescence, where they no longer function properly. Our bodies also accumulate damage over time from various sources: free radicals, environmental factors, and the inevitable wear and tear of daily life. As this damage builds up, it overwhelms the body's ability to repair itself. But why can't our cells just keep repairing themselves indefinitely? It turns out that's part of a trade-off that evolution has made. Our bodies prioritize reproduction and the passing of genes to the next generation over indefinite maintenance. In other words, from an evolutionary perspective, our purpose is to reproduce and ensure the survival of our offspring. After that, our biological systems slowly begin to wind down. And it's not just humans. Every living organism has a lifespan, whether it's a fruit fly that lives for a few weeks or a tortoise that can live for over 100 years. Each species has evolved with a different lifespan based on its environment, reproductive strategy, and other factors. So what actually happens during death? The process of dying is complex, involving various stages. Let's take a look. As the body begins to shut down, the first signs often start with a decline in vital functions. Breathing becomes irregular, blood pressure drops, and the heart rate slows. This is the body's way of conserving energy as it prepares to stop functioning. In the brain, cells begin to die due to a lack of oxygen, leading to loss of consciousness. This is often described as a peaceful transition, as the brain releases a surge of endorphins, the body's natural painkillers, which can create a sense of calm or even euphoria. Shortly after the heart stops beating, blood flow ceases, and the body's cells are deprived of oxygen and nutrients. Without these essential elements, organs and tissues begin to break down. This process is known as autolysis, where enzymes within cells start to digest their own cellular components. Rigor mortis, or the stiffening of muscles, sets in a few hours after death. This is due to the depletion of ATP, the molecule responsible for muscle contraction, causing the muscles to lock in place temporarily. Eventually, rigor mortis passes as the body continues to break down. But what about the experience of dying? While we can't know for sure, many who have had near-death experiences describe a sense of peace, detachment from the body, and sometimes visions of light or loved ones. These experiences are still not fully understood, but they offer a glimpse into what may happen in those final moments. Death is not just a biological event, it's also deeply tied to culture, religion, and philosophy. Different cultures have different beliefs about what happens after we die, whether it's an afterlife, reincarnation, or simply returning to the earth. Ultimately, while death is a certainty, it's also a mystery. Science can explain the physical process, but the emotional and spiritual aspects are more complex and subjective. Understanding death can also help us appreciate life. Knowing that our time is limited can inspire us to live more fully, cherish our relationships, and make the most of the time we have. So why do we die? It's a natural part of the life cycle, a process that ensures the continuation of life itself. And what happens during death is a mix of biological processes and possibly something more profound. Thank you for joining me on this journey into one of life's greatest mysteries. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content exploring the wonders of life and beyond. Let's continue the conversation in the comments. What are your thoughts on death and what might come after?